What does that even mean, Bowers Game Corner?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another game review. And today I'm very excited to check out Round 10 from Crazy Joe Games. This is for 2 players. It'll take you, I'd say, about 10 to 15 minutes to play, and it's for ages 8, 9, 10, and up, somewhere around that. And in Round 10, you're going to be taking control of a boxer trying to knock out your opponent over 10 rounds by laying down cards. But be wary, because your opponent obviously will be trying to do the same thing to you. Is this game a knockout or not? Let me open it up and I'll show you. Alright, we're going to take a look at what you're getting inside of Round 10. So first and foremost, we got a handy dandy rule sheet. It is 1-page, double-sided, black and white. No pictures. It will have you up and running no time at all. Very well done rule booklet. It's a very simple game, and the rule booklet does not confuse you at all. So in this game, you're going to be taking control of a boxer, and you are going to be trying to knock out your opponent. You're going to do this by winning round cards. And whoever is able to win the most round cards, going through 10 rounds, is going to be the winner. So you can essentially see these as victory points. So everybody's going to get, well, both players are going to get their boxer, which is going to symbolize which color they are. And then both players are going to get their stack of round 10 cards. And both decks are completely symmetrical. Nobody's got any special cards in here. So let's go over the 4 cards that you're going to get in the deck, because there are only 4 kinds of cards. First ones you're going to get are jabs. These are going to do 1 point of damage. Next ones are hook. They're going to do 2 points of damage. We got the uppercut. It's going to do 3 points of damage. And we have the knockdown, which is a very special card. There's only 2 in the entire deck for each side. But if you land this card on your opponent, you're immediately going to knock down that opponent for this round, and you're going to win that round. Even if you're down, you're still going to be able to win that round. So those are all the cards you're going to get into your deck. And what you're going to be trying to do is you're going to be trying to add up these numbers so they equal 9. And if you can have 9 damage on your opponent, you're going to win the round. So I'll show you exactly how the game works. So when you start the game, you're going to draw 2 cards. So we got a 3 and we got a 1. On your turn, you're going to have 2 main options that you're going to be able to do. The first one is you can draw a card into your hand like this, and then look at the cards and decide which one you would like to play. So we'll say, all right, well, I picked that up. I'm going to play a 3. So I just did 3 points of damage to my opponent. We'll just pretend the opponent does his thing. He does, a damage to me. He does 3 points of damage to me, and now it's back to me. Now, I have a second option that I can do on my turn. I can either, once again, draw it into my hand and then decide, or I can blindly flip the card over and just play it on my opponent. So I go boom, and I did another uppercut, so I did 3 more points of damage. Now, if I would have done the knockdown, I would have instantly won the round. But here's the kicker on this. So let's pretend that this is at the top of my deck. It's my turn, and I say, you know what? I'm not going to do it blindly. I'm going to draw a card from the top of my deck. This is where I go, oh, God, this sucks. Because now I have a knockdown in my hand. And if a knockdown's in my hand, I can't play it onto the opponent. You can only play the knockdown on your opponent and knock them down if you blindly do it. But you still do have one slight chance to do this by what's called standing. And standing works if a player has taken less hit points than their opponent. So if a player is actively winning, they can instead not throw a punch and offer to stand. Which means what you're going to do is you're just going to sit there and wait to see what your opponent does. Now your opponent has one of 2 options. They can either say, you know what, I'm not going to stand, I'm going to continue to punch you, and then they'll play a card and do it either blindly or out of their hand, and punch you again, putting more damage onto you, or they can agree to stand as well. If both players stand, then you're going to reveal your cards. Whoever does the most damage grand total is going to win, but if you have a knockdown card in your hand, then boom, you're going to knock down your opponent. If both of you have a knockdown card in your hand, then no one wins the round, and you move on to the next round. But either way, you're going to go back and forth. People are going to win rounds, and when you do win a round, you're going to reshuffle up all your cards, deal out 2, and rinse, wash, and repeat. Whoever is able to win the most out of 10 rounds is going to be the winner of round 10, and that, in a nutshell, is how the game is played. Alrighty then, round 10 from Crazy Joe Games. One of my final thoughts. Let's go to the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the pro side, the artwork is very, very nice. I really enjoy the artwork in this game. I wish all the cards were unique, but that would take a really long time to do that much because it's really well done artwork. Also, I enjoy the theme. I love boxing. I used to spar when I was younger. I really enjoy boxing, even though I do believe it's a dying sport. So I enjoy the theme. Also, this is a very light, quick game, which is going to appeal to some people. It's extremely quick to learn and to teach, which is always good. You can honestly, once you know how to play, probably knock a game out in about 5 minutes, especially if someone takes a demanding lead. Moving on to the cons, though. This game just did not click with me. There's a couple different reasons why. First and foremost, the game is all about luck. It really is. You can be up, 8-4 or something crazy like that, and that some person just gets that one random punch, then boom, you lose the round. No questions asked. Which is going to turn off a lot of people. It turned off me personally. Also, what's the best way to say this? The standing thing just felt dumb. We never, ever did it. It was always just like, hey, do you want to stand? And then it's either going to be, they're going to say yes because they have a knockdown in their hand, or they're going to say no, and they're going to punch you in the face and be like, well, I guess I'm not going to try and stand again. I don't really see the point of standing. I guess if maybe you had 2 knockdown cards in your hand, which has happened to me before, but other than that, I don't really see the point of that mechanism at all. The last con I have of this game, it is just all luck-based. There's literally this much tiny iota of skill in the game when you're going to do this or when you're going to do that, but 99% of this game is just luck-based. Oh, I got a knockdown, awesome. Oh, I got a 3, awesome. Oh, I'm getting 1s, I'm not going to win. And one more con I had about this game was, I thought it was very odd that when you lose the round, you still have to go second, because going first normally gives you a pretty good advantage, I'd be willing to bet. If we broke down the statistical analysis of this game, which I'm not going to do because, well, I don't know what analysis means, but I just feel like going first definitely gives you an advantage, and I thought it was kind of odd that you reward the person who's already winning with that, because we had the tendency, we played 5 or 6 times, where the person who was up big normally won. In fact, we played a couple games where it was just 5-0. 2 games in particular, my wife just crushed me, and there was nothing I could do. I was like, oh, I'm just at the mercy of what cards I draw, and that's the biggest problem with round 10. So round 10 from Crazy Joe Games, not one I can recommend. Maybe if you like this sort of thing where it's all luck-based, very, very quick, very portable, then it might be for you, but for me personally, definitely not one I can recommend. That's round 10 from Crazy Joe Games. If you enjoyed this content, please be sure to click on the subscribe button down below. Also, in the comments below, let me know, do you like boxing? I personally enjoy boxing. I love the feeling of getting punched in the face. I really do. And it just makes me. Now, granted, I don't want to go around getting punched in the face. I prefer when it's with boxing gloves, but it just makes you just want to pump your chest. I don't know. Or are you into UFC? What are you into when it comes to boxing, UFC, or none? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. That was the review for round 10. For more reviews and previews, check back at Bauer's Game Corner.